Yoga with Jenny.
Yay, hi. So today's topic to this video is going to be yoga and asana and the relationship between both. So asana, first of all, asana is the physical practice of yoga. Today we can see asana in a very broad way. There are many ways of practicing asana, many new positions, many techniques, many points of views, and this is because asana in yoga has gone through so much growth. The past century, especially because yoga in the beginning was only practiced in India in a very small community inside India, so it was a very strict, limited practice. Today we do not see yoga like that. We can see yoga spread all over the world in so many different cultures and countries. So it is natural that this way of seeing and practicing yoga has expanded so much. So what we know about yoga and asana, we do know that they have a very close relationship for many years. We know for a fact that it has at least 5,000 years of relationship, because we do have seals and statues representing the yoga practice in asana for that dates 5,000 years back. Now, we do not really know for how long asana and yoga has been related. We know that yoga is very old. Some people even predates yoga to 12,000 years of existence, to very old and advanced civilizations that are highly being considered today by scientists and investigators. And some may say that yoga comes from those advanced civilizations. Now, one thing that we also know for a fact is that you don't need to practice asana to practice yoga, because the concept of yoga does not necessarily have to be related with asana. So you can practice yoga and not practice asana, but you cannot practice asana without practicing yoga, if that makes sense. Because if you do not have the concept of yoga related to asana, you will basically be practicing something physical and not asana. So asana is the practice that prepares the body for you to receive certain states of awareness that are accomplished, some say in asana and others in meditation. There are many points of views and many perspectives. This is not a video to tell you how you should see and visualize it. I think every perspective is valid. And in reality, if we go to the true concept of yoga, all of them will be yoga. But I am going to talk about the history and the past of them. And so we do know that certain things were born with a certain perspective, but evolution and the growth in society and cultural growth and philosophical growth has changed, or even made other points of view be born from this seed. So we can look at it as a tree. So we do have the root, how it was born and where it came from. And then as time goes by, these roots will create branches and other perspectives. But in reality, they all come from the same root. So today we're going to base ourselves in the knowledge of that root and the history of that root, not denying or criticize the branches, because the branches are there and it creates the beauty of the whole of the yoga, but the root creates the stability So I think we should have this broad perspective and see the beauty of the whole, and understand that every part of the tree has its importance and should be seen as beautiful. So going back to the root, yoga, we know it is a very ancient practice. We do know that asana was practiced in yoga for a very long time, but the way they practiced asana was very different. Asana means sitting down. So basically it was a practice that they used to prepare the body for seated down position. So they did certain position to prepare for the seated positions to meditate. So that was the purpose of asana, for you to be able to sit down and meditate. So practicing asana without or let's say practicing asana in an aggressive way that will distance you from the comfort of the seated down position does not make sense in yoga. So if by chance in your practice you are harming your body, and at the end of the class the seated down position is more uncomfortable than it was in the beginning, probably you should redirect the purpose and how you are practicing asana, because you should feel more comfortable in the seated position. So that is the reason why they practice asana. Now, it is natural that asana has gone through transformation, because we as human being, as a species, has gone through transformation physically, and also in terms of life expectancy, and also the way of living. So today we do have more sedentary life than we had before. So it is natural that movement and certain intense physical activity is more needed to the body, and that will be beneficial and will also take you closer to this end of sitting down and meditate. So yes. Also, meditation does have many goals. Meditation, we know for a fact that it is a very, very beneficial practice for you mentally and emotionally. So you will have many good effects in your body, but there is also this spiritual alignment that you can accomplish with meditation practices, and you do not really need to do meditation with that end. Whatever reason you are practicing, you are going to have benefits, and whatever your goal is in yoga is valid, and you should always feel that inclusivity when you practice yoga, and you should never feel that the way you see yoga is not good or is not accepted, because if you're feeling that, you should reconsider your practice, your school, or with whom you're learning, because yoga should make you feel in more union with the self. Asana should make you feel in more harmony with your body. So that connection should always be present. And sometimes that means that you have to practice in other ways than your friend, and you should respect that, and you should always go closer to your essence and never to other people's essence. So this is a short video. I am going to talk more about this theme because I think it's very important. You can subscribe to my YouTube. You can go and check out the article I wrote about this on my website, and I hope to see you.